Nah, fuck that. I'm not playing. This is just because I don't know why I have that actually. But welcome back to like 500 Stones, everybody. Brooklyn's not here at the moment. There's a little bit of an issue going on, so hopefully that'll get worked out. But you know what? I've got someone else who probably knows more about what we're talking about today than I do, at least. Uh, this one, Cameron Holtzman. Hey, buddy.
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. We get to talk about one of my weird music obsessions that nobody seems to care about, which is a really fun thing. We don't get to talk about some of my favorite songs from this year because they didn't make it to the finals. So
Oh
you
well,
know,
here's what we're talking about, folks. We're talking about Eurovision. It's been around since I want to say like 1954 or something like that. Uh,
something like that.
yeah,
I can fact check you. Um,
basically, it's an international song
1951,
contest. 51,
1956. Sorry, based on a thing from
56.
1951, held first in 1956.
Okay, it's an international song contest held uh, with members of Europe and Australia. Random,
Yeah,
but cool. I like Australia. Jake, Michael, and Kelly, and all them. Uh, they're the entire, you know, political body of Australia. Um, but Cam, tell me how you found Eurovision. How you came across this.
yeah. Eurovision is just one of those things that I kind of randomly got into for no real reason. It was like the most famous Eurovision song and Eurovision artist of all time is ABBA because they won Eurovision with Waterloo. Um, so that's like everyone's entry level Eurovision stuff. And then it was just like a few years ago, there was a random song that I heard that I really liked, which was from the 2018 contest called Together by a guy named Ryan O'Shaughnessy, who was the Irish representative that year. And so I was like, oh, like this is really interesting. This is really cool. And I checked it out and I watched all of them. And as per you, not all of the Eurovision contests ever, all of the songs from that year. Uh, and as per usual, I don't agree with the winner because I rarely do. Um, but yeah, and then from there it just sort of became a thing where every year, like for the 3 weeks where Eurovision is relevant, uh I get really into it. I listen to all the songs, I watch live when I can. There was no contest in 2020, but we got the movie Eurovision with Will Ferrell, which is actually a shockingly accurate depiction of how weird and crazy the Eurovision Song Contest can be. um
That's probably the
but
thing that
yeah,
most people know this for.
yeah.
Uh, I think another song that people know that was a Eurovision song, most recently at least, is the song called "Arcade" by
Yeah,
Duncan
uh,
Lawrence.
yeah,
Th-
2019 winner, I believe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I should
because
have
there was
done
no
more research.
contest 2020 and then 2021 Italy won, hence this Eurovision being held in Italy.
Right, and the Italian what was it, like Maskin or something like that?
Mainskin, who also
Mainskin.
now is a more mainstream artist with Beggin.
Right.
They won with an Italian punk song, which rules and is like the only winner in the past 15 years that I fully agree with.
Nice. Okay. I'm gonna actually have to listen to that one now. Um, but so, Cam, tell me just like a little bit about how this works.
So yeah, basically, there are. I'll talk specifically about this year because this year is the one we're talking about. So this year there were 40 different countries that submitted for Eurovision. Uh, Normally there are. It fluctuates year to year. A certain country that I won't say the name of was banned for obvious reasons. Um, I'm sure you can all guess which country that is. Um,
Sri Lanka.
Yep. But so what happens is there's what's called the Big Five countries, which are UK, Italy, Spain, Germany, and France. They all automatically get qualified in the finals. they automatically get a spot in the final show because they are like the biggest countries, like the big parts of it. Um, and then usually in most years, the host country also will automatically get a spot in the final. But this year, because one of the big five was the host anyways, there was just the five automatic spots. So then the other 35 countries get divided into two semifinal groups. Also, to select the song for each country will have like its own song contest. And the winner of that becomes the Eurovision entry almost always. There's times where things have to go different. For instance, Ukraine's submission this year was actually the runner-up in the Ukrainian Song Contest, but due to current events, that artist could not be present at Eurovision. But so you have two semifinals, one with 17 performers, one with 18 performers, and only the countries within each semifinal plus like two or three of the big five that are randomly chosen get to vote on that one. And the way it works is each country has two sets of votes. There is their professional jury, which is made up of a few like professional musicians, professional music critics, stuff like that. And they pick their top 10 songs ranked. And your number one song gets 12 points, number two gets 10, and then 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 until your 10th place song. Then public votes, and the public for each country has their own individual vote. Number one public vote from each country gets 12, 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And so once all of those votes have been calculated, the 10 songs from each semifinal with the highest scores go to the final. And then your top 25, you do it all again, except this time all 40 countries, regardless of whether or not they qualified, are voting. You also cannot vote for your own country for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
And so basically, each country can give a maximum of 24 points to another country. Yeah, I think that's about. And then again, you do the public vote, you do the jury vote, tally them all together. Whichever group has the highest score wins Eurovision that year.
Cool. So I've always been aware of Eurovision for a couple of years now. It's just something that I've never. For me, it's one of those things that like I've always been curious. I've seen some of the songs. A couple of them that I really like. I think there was one from like a few years ago called "Think About Things" by
Oh,
Daddy
think
Frere.
about things, Daddy Frere from 2020, the Eurovision that never was because COVID ended up canceling Eurovision 2020.
Right.
Iceland, absolutely my winner for that year. Think About Things is incredible.
That
They
song
got to
slaps.
compete in 2021 with a different song, which was not as good, but was still very enjoyable. But yeah, no, Think About Things. I love it. It's in my bar trivia hosting playlist.
Nice. So if you haven't checked that song out, just be careful because it's Icelandic spelling, so it's not the way it sounds.
Yeah.
Um, but so we're gonna go over the 25 songs that were in the finals. Um, so I'm gonna need a little help with pronouncing some of these names because I'm a dumb American. Um, but we're gonna go over all 25 songs. We'll probably like agree if they should have come like last or like behind other songs and things like that. So let's start with number 25, which was Rock Stars by Malik Harris from Germany. Cam, what was your thoughts on this song?
Yeah, so I like watched the full Eurovision event live. It streamed for free on YouTube. It's also like only a 4-hour show, despite it being 25 full musical performances, plus like interval performances from artists who aren't competing,
Oh,
plus
so
all the
they're on
time
their
to
shit when it
calculate and
comes
announce
to
results. Like Eurovision Song Contest is a more efficient and more entertaining ceremony than the Oscars, and I will stand by it for a very long time because in four
sounds like it.
hours they do all the performances, all the votes, everything. Um, so yeah, Rock Stars was very interesting because they announced all the jury votes first, and then they announced the public vote, and each country announces like, here's where our 12 points goes from each country, and then you see all of that. And rock stars coming out of the jury phase had no points. They had
Yikes.
0 points from the juries, which is not unheard of. UK finished with no points from juries or televoting last year.
Wow.
In 2021, Eurovision traditionally hates the UK, but we'll get there. Um, But yeah, they managed to pick up only 6 points in the televoting, which put them into last place. Um, this is not my last place song by
It's not
any
mine either.
means. I hope we agree on what like the bottom two are. But yeah, like I don't think this song is great. I think it's fine. I think like there's some good parts like Malik Harris's voice I actually quite enjoy. He's doing
Yeah, it's
like
good.
live looping with his music on stage, which I think is very impressive to do when you really only have one shot to make this entire thing work, and it was a bold choice, and I think that did work out for him. The lyrics are very surface level. I don't find them to be like talking about much. I like part of the song is like a rap song that doesn't really work for me, but
Yeah, I'm gonna talk
overall it's
about that.
not bad. It's not the worst. I think I have my rank of all of them. Out of the 25, this is my 20. Like it's I have no problem with this coming last, but I don't think it should have.
That seems fair. It probably wouldn't have been my last either. On first listen, I wasn't really impressed, and then like I kind of heard, I listened to them. All of these songs I listened to at least 3 times minimum. Um, and this one kind of grew on me. Um, I think his voice is really good. I like the build of this song. I think the build is really nice and production wise. And on the recorded version, I think that's also really good. Um, but then he goes into that kind of like Sam Hunt kind of like sing, speak, talk kind of thing, which
Yeah.
builds into rapping, which is interesting. I'll give it that. It's more unique than some of the other songs that come up. Um, but yeah, I think I didn't rank them myself, but I think I kind of agree with you that the 20 area is probably a good spot for it. It's definitely not last though.
I
Uh,
I think you and I think your last place is probably either my 24 or my 25. I feel like it has to be, but we'll get there.
we'll get there. Let's actually go to number 24, which is
Foolin'.
Fulen
Foolin', yeah.
by
This
Alvin
one's
and
hard because the titles
Oz.
because this isn't even French. This is Breton, which makes it
Right?
even more
That's
yeah.
why I was so confused when I found out what country this was from. I was like, really?
Mhm.
Um, I'm gonna have you start us off again, just to get one thing just checked out.
Yeah, I like this song. I don't love this song by any means either. I think their staging of it is really, really cool. I think just like the big drums that they've got going on stage and like the effects that they have with it, because part of Eurovision is not just the song, but the performance that is being given heavily plays into like how much the audience will like and how many votes it will get. Um, Honestly, of all 25 songs that we're talking about today, this is easily the one that I have the hardest time remembering distinctly what the song is.
Yep.
Um, I again, I do not like it is one where every time I listen to it, I don't hate it. I like it.
Yeah.
It's not top, but it's again, I don't think it's 24. This hangs also around my 20 range. Um, but yeah, I also don't remember like the moment it's over, I couldn't tell you anything about it. Um, it's yeah, it's good, it's not great. I think the beat is really cool. I think the staging is really cool. Again, I will not be mad about this placement other than the fact that there are songs that deserve to be here much more than this.
Um, I'm kind of okay with this placement because I I feel the same way you do. I don't really remember this one. Um, it's a very traditional EDM house kind of track. Um, like it sounds cool. Like if I was to rate it out of a 5, it'd still be like a 3, 3.5. Um, because there's nothing I can say is like outright bad about it, but it this one just doesn't stick with me personally. Like so, maybe not my 24, but maybe 23. if I'm being completely honest. I remember a lot of these songs more than this one.
That's fair. I have it at my 18 because like I don't dislike like when I listen to it, I like it. I just don't remember it.
Yeah. Uh, However, with number 23, Cameron,
Yeah, I will be pronouncing this one. So it's Meo Haikandi Soul by a band called Sister from Iceland.
this song I dug. I
Oh, this song
actually,
deserves far better than 23rd place.
oh,
Far
for
better.
sure, you betcha. Like, the atmosphere that this song creates is so beautiful. It's luscious, it's rich, and the harmonies are great. Like, and her voice, I didn't get a chance to look up her like the main lead singer's voice or name.
Well, so
It's
so if you couldn't
yeah,
tell by the name of the band, it is a trio of three sisters.
it's sort of like it's Iceland's Haim almost.
Honestly, that is a very good comparison.
And I mean, I dig Haim, but I kind of like this a little bit better than most of what Haim does. Because it's got that like nice folksiness to it, but it's very like beautiful to listen to. It's ethereal. Um, yeah, this one I don't know what happened to get this at number 23. This would probably make my top 10 easy.
Uh, yeah, this is my three. I love this song. This song is fantastic. I think what happened with this going low is that Eurovision a lot more leans into like big over the top fun high energy or just absolutely bonkers batshit insane performances, and this isn't one of those, unfortunately. I say unfortunately for its scoring. Fortunately for me as a person who pays attention to Eurovision, because as we will see when we get to certain songs, I don't love the ones that are just crazy and weird for the sake of being crazy and weird. But no, I think the song is fantastic. Just like, yeah, it's the most calm, relaxed song of any of the Eurovision songs this year by a country
Yes.
mile. Um, it is just purely like really nice, calm vibes. The guitar work, the vocals, the harmonies, all of this, it deserved better. I'm like, I fully understand it being at 23rd. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah. When you put it that way, when you explain it the way you do, I get it, but I agree. I'm not happy about it. Um, Number 22 is Lights Off by We Are Domi from Czechia. I
Yeah,
know
the
I
Czech,
butchered the name.
Republic. Yeah.
Yeah, the Czech Republic. Yeah. Um, I'm going to be honest. I kind of dig this one as well. Um, so when it comes to like house and EDM and all that, I think you need like a really solid drop that's melodically sticky and like instantly memorable. And if you're gonna have a vocalist, they have to meet the power of the instrumentation. And I think that this song does that really well. The energy is infectious. That the fluttering keys during the drop are absolutely fantastic. I love that. Um, I don't. Once again, I didn't really get a chance to look at some of the names of the vocalists. Whoever she is, fantastic. It's like Ellie Goulding, but just like a little less willowy. Um, yeah, I really like this one. I wouldn't probably put this in my top 10, but definitely higher than 22. Maybe at 15. What about you?
Yeah. This is one. Having listened to both like all the studio versions a few times and watched the live performances, this is one where I do think the live performance dips from the studio version. Like the studio version, I think is much better, which happens a lot of the time when you have the more EDM type, like electronica type songs in
Yeah,
Eurovision.
those always get kind of hurt by live performances.
Yeah, and the unfortunate reality is that did kind of affect where it sits in my ranking. I still think it is very good. I think her vocals are fantastic. I like the message of the song and like what she's saying. But yeah, just like it it doesn't carry the energy that it needs to for this performance to really work, which is unfortunate. I placed this at my 17 out of the 25,
Yeah,
which
that's
like
fair.
to be fair, I still like of I will say of the 25 songs, there's only like 4, 5 that I don't like. Uh so
Mhm.
yeah, like 17 is nothing for this song to hang its head about. Um yeah, the performance wasn't necessarily anything special. Like,
Right. And I'm gonna say this: out of all of like the EDM house kind of entries in this top 25, this might be my number one out of those at least. Like that styling.
I I mean, I probably agree with you, but I think there's really only like 3 or 4 of
Three?
them,
Yeah,
and
something like that.
we've covered, we've
Yeah.
already covered 1 of them, and we'll get to 2 of them, unfortunately, in a while.
Yep. But let's move on to the rock song. Jezebel by the Rasmus from Finland. Um, Cam, you start us off with this one.
Yeah, so the Rasmus is probably the most famous artist that played in Eurovision this year.
Oh,
Uh, they were an artist that was like it's either these guys or the guy from the UK were like the 2 most famous where like there's a chance that you would heard of them without being like a Eurovision fan. Um, I
not
enjoy
this
this
guy.
song. I enjoy this song. I think I will say my enjoyment of songs is not dependent on, but is heavily aided by how much of the lyrics are in English,
Back
because
to
I
me.
only
Yeah, me
speak
too.
one language. Um, there is a couple of notable exceptions to this, like Meo Hakandi Soul. But I like this one. Their live performance, they have a lot of energy. They're doing a weird, like, it tribute in their live performance where it opens with him in a raincoat standing there with a balloon. Um, yeah, it's a weird and wild performance. Um, this one like technically tied for 21st 22nd with Lights Off, but they were given the higher spot because if there's a tie, the higher spot in the final rankings goes to whoever had the higher spot in like the public vote over the juries, and so this
That
got
makes
more
sense.
public support, whereas uh Lights Off got more jury support. um Funnily enough, this sits exactly 1 spot above the Czech Republic in my personal rankings. I have this at my 16. I enjoy it a lot. I think the guitar work is really, really good. They're just having a blast and like rocking out. And yeah, this was a year where really this is kind of the only rock song we got at
Hmm.
Eurovision. Um, and I'm happy if this is the only one we got, I'm fine with this being the only one we got.
Yeah, me too. I wish it was a little higher, because it's got a good driving pulse to it. He sounds great. Um, his vocals are fantastic. Plus, like his delivery, like the emotional like resonance in them. You can tell like this kind of has like this almost gothic kind of like sound to it, especially when you like hear the bells. Like there's a little bit of like bells in here, and it's just like adds this great tone to the song. And when you combine it with the live performance, as Cam was saying, it really does stand out. Um, it once again a little higher for me. I don't know exactly how high for me though. It's just not 21. I think that is a little low for
Yeah.
this one. Um, And then we get to Snap by Rosalind from Armenia. And I really like this one a lot. Um, she's a fantastic vocalist. when it started, I wasn't sure. Um, because the beginning, it's kind of what we're doing a lot with traditional like pop songs now. So it kind of wasn't standing out to me where it was like this kind of like very slow build. Um, in the sense of like very sparse instrumentation, um, and it builds up. But the build is really good. And lyrically, this is one of my favorite songs. Like when it comes to the lyrics, I thought it was like really clever and playful and creative, while still having like an emotional resonance to it. This would probably make my top 10 personally. I really liked this one a lot. What about you?
This is my favorite song from Eurovision this year.
Fair,
This
very fair.
like when back when we only had the studio versions and before we had the performances, this was my number one with a bullet. I love this song. Um, Again, I fully understand why it did not do very well with the voters because it is singer-songwriter, like mellow indie pop type stuff. The fact that it even qualified for the final, I was happy with. I love the staging of this one where she is like in this closed room and like ripping notes off the wall and it reveals like parts of the lyrics written around her. And then as you get into the final chorus, she literally like bursts out of the room and onto the stage like in front of full view of everyone. I think it's fantastic. Yeah, the message and the lyrics of this song I love of the idea of being like stuff happened to me. If anyone tells me to get over it, I'm going to lose my mind at you is like because like snap is used in a few different like ways in the song
Yeah,
where it's like it can go just like snap it's gone but also like it will be gone when I'm ready and if you tell me that it's been too long like the final like one of the final lines of the song is like if one more person says you should get over it I might snap and it's like yeah absolutely
yeah,
yeah her vocals fantastic yeah this was my number one uh I love this song. I'm very very sad to see it having placed only 20 but
yeah,
again I get it.
yeah. Well,
I did not expect a top 10 finish from this song. There's just certain things that I'm mad about, and we'll get there.
yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry about that. So number 19 is called "Miss You." I'm hoping it's pronounced the way it's spelled, like Jeremy
Yeah, it is
McKees.
pronounced Jeremy, yeah.
Jeremy McKees, from Belgium. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. How this guy is not already a, I don't want to say a huge name, but like a bigger name in North America is a little surprising to me because he's got that, you know, that thick, buttery, croony R&B kind of voice to him. Um, Plus, he's got these strings and this great beat. Um, the lyrics are a little on the weaker side compared to some of the other songs that we're going to be talking about today. I don't want. They're not bad by any means
They are in no
necessary.
way the worst lyrics of Eurovision 2022. Yum, yum,
They're
yum.
um, but yeah, this guy I could totally see with this song alone for me, I could totally see him breaking into other international markets after this, the way Duncan Lawrence kind of did, um, because it is really good. I like this one a lot. Like the sound and the melody of this song, plus his vocals, it sounds fantastic and really smooth at the same time. What about you, Cam?
I don't love this one, to be completely honest.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I don't know if it's just that, like, the song isn't really, like, a style that I particularly enjoy in music. I just, like I've listened to this one a few times, I've rewatched the live performance a couple times, and I can just never get into this one. Um, I think also like I think when he's doing like the verses on this song, I fully get where you're coming from with his vocals. When he gets to the chorus, he is not hitting those notes as well as he should be. And it's he's not the worst at hitting some high notes written into the choruses of a Eurovision song this year, but we'll get there as well. Um, yeah, like I don't hate this song. Uh this does place in my bottom 5, but like this is the
Wow.
one where it goes like there's this and then the 4 songs below it are the 4 that I think are bad. Um
Okay.
but yeah, like I I think with a different song I could really like Jeremy McKees, but with this one it just wasn't for me. Also, I'm bitter because this placed 1 spot above Armenia, and like we could at least give Armenia 19th instead of 20th.
Yeah, yeah, I can agree with you on there. That one's better than this one. Um, Speaking of better than other ones, I'm gonna have you start and also pronounce this one.
Yeah. Yamame by WRS from Romania. Um, this is one that in my initial listen to the studio versions, I was not a huge fan of. Um, but I actually enjoyed the live performance of it a fair amount. I think they have a lot of energy to it. I think it's a lot of fun. Their like lights and their effects and their choreography are all great. Um, it would have been nice for them to get a win so that they could buy their dancers more of a shirt. Because their male dancers are wearing like it's not even like a crop top because it doesn't even go like past the nips. Like it is just like a shoulder wrap functionally. Like it's such a stupid costume. But the performance is really fun. The energy, the choreography, um, it's one of like only 2 songs in Eurovision this year that like fully stops to have a dance break, which I think like they use really well. This places at 14 for me. I am not mad about it getting 18th. I quite enjoy this performance. But yeah,
Um, yeah, we're gonna be different on this one. This is one of my least favorites.
that's fair.
Um, like I get for like the live performance, there was like a lot of energy and spectacle and things like that. But the song itself, I just I can't find myself like digging into. Um, it's kind of because when I balance it between the live performance and the recorded version, which I kind of did, um, man,
I will state my ranking is my ranking that I'm referring to when I say this place is here is going fully off of live performances.
and that's fair.
Because
You
if
you
we're
were
going
more
off of if we're going off of the studio versions, this is my 22.
okay. Um, it's just something that it's a little too repetitive. Um, the instrumentation, just like the melody, doesn't necessarily stick with me. Um, and I'm not like a big fan of his voice. It's not bad. It's not bad by any means. It's
Yeah,
just not. It's just one that just doesn't click for me. I get how it works for other people, but just for me personally, doesn't quite work for me. Um, so we're on different ends of the spectrum here. But that happens when it comes to music. Let's see if that happens with number 17, Boys Do Cry by Marius Bear from Switzerland. What are your thoughts?
I hate this song. I hate it so much. This isn't what sucks is like this is only the third worst song in Eurovision this year. But I hate this song so much. It is the most surface level. I just discovered what gender roles are. It is just a guy talking about like, yeah, men have feelings for 3.5 minutes, and there's nothing interesting about the staging. And like his voice is fine, but it's not even that great because he exhibits no range in his voice. And again, I hate the lyrics. this song got 0 points in the public vote, and I've never been happier to be a member of the public. Uh, like, because they announced the jury phase first, and after the juries, he was like doing better than a few songs that I quite enjoy that we'll get to, and then he got no points from the public, and I was like, yay. Because like the two that I like less than this, I get why they got the places and the votes that they did.
Hmm.
This one, like, if I were to be making predictions, this is one that I would have predicted to maybe get last. I
Hmm.
think this song is not good. I think it's just I think the fact that it got 17th over all of the
Yeah.
songs that we've
Yeah.
talked about so far
Yeah.
is insane. Yeah, no, this song, I hate this song.
I appreciate what this song's trying to do, but
It's not doing
aside,
it well.
yeah, it's not really doing it well. Here's one thing I'm getting really tired of when it comes to like pop music is like I feel like we get the same kind of voice over and over and over and over and over again. That tenory, willowy, wistfully kind of voice that we're going to hear more of on this list. Um, like I'm dying for some like baritone like singers. Come on, people. We don't need them in just country music. But not to say he's not a good singer. Like he's fine. He's
Yeah,
good.
I don't think he's a bad singer. It's just he is doing nothing for me here.
Right. I
Like
think it's because he sounds like so many other people in this vein. It's like it's a a slightly deeper voiced Sam Smith. In like the way it sounds to me. Um, and lyrically, it's kind of you said it's surface level. The one thing I will give this song, the one thing I will give this song is I think it's a clarinet that pops in. I like that
oh,
clarinet.
yes.
That's a good touch that I don't hear a lot of, and it's very unique, and it's the one thing that makes the song stand out to me. Um, probably bottom five for me. I don't know where. Not dead last. I'll say that. But
I think your 25 is my 24 is my guess.
we'll find out.
That's my prediction right now.
All right. Well, let's find out. Number 16 is "Fade to Black" by Nadir Rustamili, something like that.
Rastamli.
Rustamli. Thank you. From Azerbaijan. I'm going to let you start off with this one as well.
I really like this song. I think uh the things that I said about Marius Bear's voice being uninteresting and like his song being surface level, I don't apply any of that here. I think Nadir's voice is I really like because he has just like low or not even like low because it's not like necessarily a deep voice, but he has just like that gravelly tone throughout. But what he's able to do while still maintaining that, I think, is very impressive because like he has that even when he's hitting like some of the highest notes in his song. Um, I really enjoy the staging of this one. It's simple, but it's like very nice and very like easy to watch, very interesting. Um, yeah, I love the song. I love the lyrics. This is one of my favorites. This is my 7 of the 25.
Wow.
I really, really like this song. I think its live performance holds up to the studio version better than most of the songs from Eurovision this year
Hmm.
do. Um, yeah, I thoroughly enjoy this. It should have done better than this.
I agree. I think the thing that I like the most about his voice is his control. Like when comparing him to Marius Bear, the control in Nadir's voice is just miles better. Because he's able to do like the big belty moments, but like you hear every note, like, and you under like it's not all merging into one. Like you can hear like the scale that he's going through, um, but also like he's controlled, he's restrained, he's I'm trying to think of the word for it, but like during the lyrics, it's very it's very well delivered. It's emotional. It resonates because of the way that he delivers it.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
plus,
when he goes into like the like quieter, like higher section
yeah,
where it's like it hurts sometimes and like that. So, so good.
yeah. Um, and I think that's the big strength of this song. Not just like the instrumentation and the fact that it's so close to the recording, the live version. Big Boffo bonus points. But the control in his voice is really what impresses me in this. This would, if I was to say off the top of my head, where would I put this? I might put this at my 8. Um, but yeah, this is just it's grand while being restrained, and I really like that balance. Where we get to Not the Same by Sheldon Riley from Australia. Um, this is one that I want to say I really liked a lot. The one problem I have is that it doesn't quite stick in the memory for me. It's one where when I'm listening to it, I'm really digging it. I like it a lot. This is another singer whose voice is just like really well controlled. But they also have like those big grand moments that really do fill like a room. Um, I I just wish I kind of remembered this one more. Like if I was listening to it, probably towards the bottom of my top 10, or like just missing it like at the 11 or 12. Um, but when I'm not listening to it, I can't place it for some reason. Cam.
I really enjoy this one actually. I think yeah, Sheldon Riley's voice is fantastic on this song. His performance again, the way I talked about with Fade to Black in the quiet moments when he gets into like the moment in his live performance where he like takes off the like piece that's covering his face and you can hear and see the vulnerability from him in that performance like it legitimately is like a heartbreaking moment to see and to hear in that song. And I think just like the way he is able to not just like sing but perform this song is really good. Yeah, the staging is not necessarily anything special for this one. It is kind of just him standing singing the song the whole time. His costuming is absolutely immaculate. Like it's a beautiful costume. Um, yeah, I really like this song quite a bit. I think just like yeah, his control, the vocals, everything like that. Because if you don't know, the background of the song is he wrote it about like growing up with Asperger's syndrome and like how he sort of had to struggle because of like the differences that people would always like go against him and then like it's like that plus like his struggles with his sexuality, his struggles with his family and everything like that. i think it's I think it's a very very good song. I put it at my 9. um but Eurovision traditionally, like, you get a ballad winning every few years and we had Arcade in 2019, so it was not the year of ballads again yet.
It
So
had to be Arcade. Arcade's like fine, but like
Arcade
this
is
is
not a top 5 song from Eurovision
no.
2019, but, you know,
Yeah, yeah. But
eh,
we can talk about Arcade some other time. Like it's
we can.
fine, but like meh. Um, let's go to number 14, which is Sentimenti by
Sentimentai.
Monica Sentimentai, thank you. By Monica Liu from Lithuania. I like the groove of this song. Um, it's kind of got that problem that I have with a lot of like. This is gonna sound weird, but go with me on this. It kind of has the problem that I have with like a lot of like late 70s, early 80s like dance tracks in the sense that it kind of stays static. It kind of stays at one spot dynamically for a large chunk of the song, if not the whole song. And like she sounds good, the melody is good. It's not a bad song by any means, but it's definitely not one that I'm going to search out in the future. I just wish that there was something that gave it that extra punch, that extra thing that just pushed it over the edge for me. Because 14 is a little high, but that's just me. What about you?
Yeah, I kind of fully agree with everything you say. The beat and the vibe of the song is like very like funky and interesting to listen to. Um, her vocals are fine, but nothing particularly special. The song it feels very repetitive and not particularly interesting throughout. Um, like yeah, like it doesn't like it starts one place, it stays there. It's lucky that like I kind of like where it starts. So like I don't hate the song cuz like it's the same, I guess. I do think 14 is too high. I have this at 19 in my personal ranking.
Yeah,
I think Monica Liu just standing having fun at a microphone with her Agnes Varda haircut is something she is allowed to do. But I don't think she should be rewarded as heavily for that as Europe did. Um, yeah, it's fine.
yeah. It's just kind of a buzzkill when you compare it to some of the other songs that come
It's
up.
it's a non-starter for me. It's like
Yeah,
I don't I'm not mad, but I don't care how well it does.
yeah. Unlike number 13, Hope by Stefan from Estonia, which I love.
Had a feeling you
This
would.
this is right up my alley.
Yeah.
Like this is exactly my kind of song. Um the moment it came on, I was like, this is the one that's made for me. Because it's kind of got that 2012 Avicii kind of sound to it, where it's blending like dance with country, or at least like Western. Um, Stefan's got this like deep, rich baritone, which works really well with the instrumentation and that whistle. I love the touch of that whistle. There's I'm gonna go full music nerd for a second. There's a song called "Salt Song" by this guy named How to Dress Well. Um, it's one of my favorite songs of the last couple of years, and it that whistle reminded me of that song because it's just such a dynamic touch, um, where it adds a nice little bit of sentimentality to it. Like it adds this atmosphere that I just really love because the moment it punches it, because it's not overused. It comes in at just the right time. Uh, yeah, this style was totally made for me. Um, it probably makes my top five, but it's a bar song, so like, where else would it land?
Yeah.
What about you, Holtzman?
Yeah, I do really enjoy this one. I think an interesting thing to note is that this song actually placed below both the Czech Republic and Australia in the semifinal it competed in, but placed higher than them in the final. Well, that's what happens because you double, like, you add 20 countries who weren't previously voting who weren't previously voting into the voting pool. And so, like, if it does better in some of those countries, then Yeah, but no, I very much enjoy this. Um, I'm very outspoken about the fact that like I'm not a huge country guy, but I think like the country influences within this song, I really enjoy. Yeah, like his vocals are really cool. Like at the beginning, he has just like a deep, low voice, which I will say, like at points, it's kind of hard to hear what he's saying in a way.
Yeah,
In a
that's
live
fair.
performance. But like I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. This places at my 10 for this year. I quite enjoy the song. It's one that every time I listen to it, it does grow on me. Um, yeah, I have no complaints about this placement.
The song, aside from the one I had mentioned before, the song that this kind of most reminds me of is "Hey Brother," the Avicii
Yeah,
song. So if you like that with kind of an alternative R&B flavor to it, I want to say, you're gonna dig the hell out of this one. Let's move on to the one that just got over it, "River" by, I want to say, Ochman,
yep.
from Poland. Cam, what are your thoughts on this one?
I really like this song. I think the writing on it is fantastic. The production on it is really good. His vocals are incredible. Um, Honestly, like my biggest knock against the song is that the live performance, like they're putting just effects on the camera that are so unpleasant to watch. The lightning effects are so bad.
Oh, oh,
Like
oh.
like, I mean, still not the worst thing, but we'll get there. But like, it's so unpleasant and just like, because like it's lighting effects and they're like shaking the camera and everything. But like, I don't punish the song for that. I really, really like this song. Um, yeah, like the lyrics I think are really good, and like the story that he's telling um about just like wanting the river to carry him away to something better and newer than what he has right now. Um yeah, this is my 8, which like the fact that I'm gushing this much about a song that is only my 8 shows that like this was a really good year for Eurovision, in my opinion.
Hmm.
But yeah, like 12, again, I'm not mad about it. I would have loved to see it go higher. But I think it does kind of suffer from the like not necessarily ballad, but like ballad adjacent problem where it wasn't doing anything necessarily like crazy or big.
Yeah, no, I love this one. This one's great. I love it, it's almost regal in its epic scale. Um, and the thing I think I really love most about this, aside from his voice, which is utterly amazing, um, is, and this is gonna, once again, it's gonna sound weird, but the structure of it, especially in the chorus, like the way that like the melody like kind of like ping pongs around in a way, it's so distinct and like unique and like really ear catching to listen to.
Oh,
Um,
the like slow build of the pre-chorus where he is like doing the like just like long sustained notes, and then you
mhm.
hit the like hit of the chorus and you get like the big beats, the fast
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
pace. Yeah,
Do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, it's a perfect dynamic. I love that. The dichotomy between like where it leads up to and to where it goes is amazing. Um, this probably makes my top 5. There,
valid.
yeah.
I will
I
say off of the like studio versions only, this is top 5, 100%.
Oh yeah,
But performance included, I had to
right.
knock it down
Because
a little bit.
yeah, because I got seasick like watching this kind of. And I've never been seasick before, but I'm assuming that's what it feels like. Um,
It's not pleasant to watch.
nope.
Like if you
Um,
remove those effects, this is this this is I think this makes 6 if you remove those effects.
Yeah, I think that's fair. So if you're going to listen to this song, do yourself a favor, listen to the studio version. Don't look up the live
Although in
performance.
terms of like vocals from studio to live, again, this is one of the best. Like you did it in both, and it's consistent and good.
Yeah.
It's literally just the camera. Like put on the live performance and then just close your eyes.
Listen to it in your car, but not as you're watching it. Don't
Yeah,
watch
don't
your
look
phone.
at it while.
Yeah, no. Um, let's just move on to number 11. De Diepte?
The
I
deep.
want the Diepte by S10, which is ironic considering this came in at 11. This one's this was pretty good. It wouldn't make my top 10. Um, there's something and someone that it reminds me of, but I can't for the life of me place who that is. I want to say it's like Phoebe Bridgers, but that's not it. Um,
Definitely not.
no. But it's kind of it's kind of got that Florence and the Machine. That's whose voice
Yeah.
this kind of reminds me of because it's got that kind of operatic kind of openness in her voice. But just like a little bit more of an alternative folky kind of spin on it, in a sense. It's kind of hard to describe this one. Um, it's kind of hard to describe this one for me because it's one that it sounds so familiar to other songs that I've heard that it when I compare it to them and then compare that to some of the other songs that we just talked about, like River or Snap or Hope, all one word title. Apparently, you have to just title your song one word in order for me to like it. Um, it's good. It probably makes my top 15, but probably at like 15, 14 for me. What about you?
I love this song.
Okay, fair enough.
This is my 4. Full disclosure, this is my 4 out of the 25. I really like it. I think her vocals are fantastic. The Florence and the Machine comparison, I fully agree with, and I'm a big Florence and the Machine fan. So that really helps in
Yeah, me
my
too.
eyes. Um,
I
yeah, just
think that's
like
what hurts it in my eyes.
the way that she is able to convey so much meaning and emotion without even using like actual words, just like the ahs in the chorus are really powerful. Especially when you get to in her live performance, like the last chorus where it basically just drops and you hear almost nothing but her vocals and
Yeah, that was a good touch.
you can hear the emotion in her voice. It's a super powerful moment. Um yeah, I'm a really big fan of this one. Uh I am very okay with an 11th place finish. I was expecting, honestly, something lower from this song going
Mhm.
into Eurovision. So I will take 11th, except for one thing.
Yeah, let's go to our number. Let's go to the one that's
Let's
actually
go to
number
your
10.
25 bar.
um, I don't even want to say the title of this one, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna let
So
the people
bad.
read it first. So if you're watching this and you're not listening, please just read this title and read the title of the band
So
because
bad.
before he eats my grandma, give that wolf a banana. By
Yum, yum,
Subwoofer.
yum.
I think this is going to be a thing that Cam and I like inside joke to each other about for a couple months, maybe. Um, I'm going to let you. I'm going to save you for last. You know who this reminds me of the most? Oddly enough,
Elvis.
Pitbull.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, yes. You know what? No, that's better. That's a better comparison. Imagine if Pitbull made a Elvis song. Um, God, should we
So
just skip
bad.
this one?
No, because I need to talk about how bad this is.
By Subwoofer. What Subwoofer? Oh, Norway, you're better than this.
No, they're not. Actually, no, because I think they should have. Because I think they're my winner the year that Duncan Lawrence won for Arcade. Yeah, they're my winner the year Duncan Lawrence won for Arcade. Norway
You're
wins that
better
year.
than this, Norway. Go ahead.
The songs. So I will say, going off of the studio versions, this was my 40 out of 40 of every song submitted in Eurovision this year. Going off of studio versions, this is my 25 out of 25 that made the finals. This is not my last place performance. This is my 24. We'll get to my last place because we still haven't hit it yet.
Ooh.
So there's these guys wearing yellow morph suits and then full suits over top of them, and then wolf masks and sunglasses. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Uh like not sure I know you, but I really like your teeth. That something smile
I
or
think I'll
then
call you
something
Keith.
underneath. If you don't have a name, then I will call you Keith.
And if you don't like Keith, then I'll call you
If you
Jim.
don't like the name Keith, I'm gonna call you Jim. Which, if you don't know, the two lead members of Subwoofer go by the names Keith and Jim.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's where that it's. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. The chorus is just them dancing to repeated yum 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 yum. Before that wolf eats my grandma, give that wolf
Give
a
that wolf a
banana. The
banana.
only thing this song has going for it is the instrumentation in the verses. Oh, but underneath the stupid words about naming wolves Keith and Jim isn't bad. And like I I I knew this was gonna finish in the top 10 the moment I saw it because it's Eurovision and they like giving crazy shit like this top placing finishes. So I'm mad, but I didn't expect anything else. If anything, I expected this to be higher. Uh Move, please just go. Next song.
I want to keep this title up just for a little bit longer. And okay, number 9. Help me out with this one and go first.
Saudade, Saudade.
Oh, I would have been right. Cool. By Maro from
It's
Portugal.
pronounced the way it's said in the song, yeah.
And what are your thoughts on this?
I really like the song.
Me too.
I think this this was another one. I was shocked at how well it placed because it is just the three of them or the four of them sitting at like just sitting on like stools at microphones singing and clapping, and I expected not this well of like reception for this song from a lot of places, but I was pleasantly surprised to see this song do as well as it did. I think it's very not like it's just a very pleasant, very nice song to listen to, um, and like thoroughly enjoyable. Um, yeah, I have no complaints with this finishing in ninth. This is my 12 overall. But like 9, I will absolutely take it. Anything to move Subwoofer lower on the totem pole. Seriously, my goodness, I can't. It's so awful, and I can't understand how it did so well. Well, I can understand, but I'm not happy. But this one, yeah, juries really liked it. It did not do amazing in televoting, but the juries
Yeah.
liked it enough that it got into the top 10 of the finals, which like well done.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah.
Yeah, there was something a little bit, and I mean this in a good way. There was something a little bit primal about their live performance, where its simplicity hit an emotional resonance, especially with like the hand clapping and all that.
Mhm.
I really like this song as well. It kind of reminds me of the one from Iceland, even though I like the one from Iceland like a little better.
I agree.
Yeah. I don't really think that I can put it any better than you said, because the serenity of this song and the sense, American. I only speak English, unfortunately, dumb American. But like I really do get this sense of a cohesive unit with this group. Um and this kind of like underlying sense of unity in this, and like togetherness. Um yeah, it's a very pretty song. I think 9 is about right. Somewhere between like this and 11 for me. Um Give that wolf a banana. Get that the fuck out of here. Number 8, Die Together, from Greece, and I'm going to butcher this name, Amanda Georgiadi. Oh, oh no. Help me, Cam. I'm going to say it's Amanda Georgiadi Tenchford. Oh, there's
I clicked
there
the
he is.
wrong button.
You son of a bitch.
I was switching. I was looking at my tab with my rankings, and I went to click back, and I accidentally clicked the X.
I've never done that before. How could you?
Yeah.
Um this one, fine. It's cool. Like it's another one of those songs that like I feel like if I was listening to it, I might like it better. But for the most part, I kind of remember this one in like pieces more than as a whole cohesive unit. Um, it'd probably be pretty low on my list personally. Not bottom 5, nowhere near the bottom 5, like maybe 16 or something like that. It's just another one that for me didn't hit for some reason, but it seems to have hit with you a little bit more than me.
Yeah, I really like this one. I think it's very well done. I think that Amanda's vocals on it are fantastic. Um, I think the live performance of it, like the like set design for her performance, I really like. Um, I think this song is once again aided by the fact that it is in English, which will help a lot for me,
Yeah.
a filthy Canadian. Um, but yeah, I really like it. I think the message, like as simple as it is very beautiful and very well done. Um, yeah, I'm fine with 8. I had it a little lower in my personal rankings, but again, as long as things I like are above number 10. Unfortunately, unfortunately, Bar, we still have not gotten to my least favorite song.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Is it this one? The one that I can't ever pronounce.
Trenula Tool by Zdovsi Zdub and the Advahov brothers from Moldova.
And what are
No, it
your
is not.
thoughts? Okay, good. 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 Okay, good. Good. What are your thoughts overall on this?
So, listening to the studio versions, I didn't really care for this song all that much. Like, this was floating around my 20 from the studio versions. I thought it was fine. This is the biggest improvement from
Oh
studio to
yeah.
live of any of these songs. I'm gonna say this now, and I might sound insane. This is my 2.
Holy
This is my
shit.
number 2. I
Wow. Okay.
I think this is just fun. This is just vibes. Their drummer is doing so much work to keep the energy alive. Like the lead dude looks absolutely insane, but he's having so much fun. Getting the accordion and like the violin fiddle in there, I think is really fun. Like they embraced the fact that they needed to do something to like step up from their studio version. And I think I give this one so much credit because it made me really enjoy a song that I didn't particularly care for beforehand. Like I think their build into when they like do the breaks for the violin and the accordion, where like all the instruments drop and you just hear them doing the like hey ho let's go, and it's just the dude like hitting on the drums building. I'm like, yes, yes, this is awesome, this is fun. dude looks like Dude looks like if Vanilla Ice was European. Uh, like that's what his outfit is reminiscent of. The Advahav brothers are just vibing in suits that do not match the vibe of the rest of the people on stage with them, and they're just happy to be there and having a good time. Like, like the way that other people vote for like Subwoofer and the other one I hate because they're wild. This is my that this is my I'm having a lot of fun watching this and I don't care.
This is the song that is absolutely infectious. If I was to choose between the two songs that were not like, my God, I would listen to this like 50,000 times
Oh, this is the one
over.
I would say of the live performances. This is the one I have rewatched the most since Eurovision occurred.
That's fair because like you feel the energy. This is a okay. So once again, it's gonna sound really weird, but you know when sometimes how you can get sucked into polka music, even
Yeah,
if you don't like polka. Yeah, that's this. um, this okay. Plus, I have a coworker who is family's from Poland originally. Now I know that they're completely different countries. Um, but this reminds me a lot of the music that my coworker really likes and gets me to listen to. And yeah, I kind of dig it. Like it's got that lively, frenetic
it is the
energy to it.
most fun song from Eurovision this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we've talked about a lot of ballads and yum 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 yum. Yum.
This is more
Um,
fun than guys dressed as wolves
yeah,
talking about bananas.
and you would think it would be
You
the other
can't
way
say it with a
around.
straight face.
um, but yeah, no, it's lively, it's infectious, it's energetic. You're right. The studio version is not as good. Um, but I still kind of liked the studio version. Um, yeah, no, this it's weird for us, Canadians and Americans, but if you give yourself into it, you're not gonna regret it. It's a good ass time.
And this
Um,
was another one. They in their semifinal, I'm looking this up. They got 8th in their semifinal and they got 7th in the final. They did better in the final when you added in a bunch of countries they weren't competing against than they
yes,
did in the semifinal. Like that's insane.
ah, I am so happy about that. Unlike Brevidity,
Brevity.
Brevity, I was like that close. I was like that close. How is this 6?
I don't know. I'm so glad you agree with me on this.
Like
This
it's
is bottom
tepid.
5.
Yeah, this is clearly bottom 5. It's tepid. It's kind of surprisingly limp. I don't really think that these two voices blend together very well.
They
But
clash.
yeah, they're like completely like they don't work together. Um, and as singers on their own, they're fine, but their voices together just don't work. It's just sonically wrong. Um, and Italy has good music. Like
They
I'm
won Eurovision last year,
yeah, I'm
which I
kind of
think is
shocked.
part of why they're here, because they were the hosts and people didn't know who else to vote for.
Uh, yeah, like it reminds me almost of a bad Bad Bunny song. Like it's kind of got that weird hi-hat. I know it's a weird comparison, but like
Well, I don't know who Bad Bunny is, so
oh, reggaeton rapper,
sure.
pretty popular.
I
Yeah,
don't listen to the radio.
that's fair.
I
Um,
listen to Eurovision and Dungeons and Dragons podcasts.
and Mariana's Trench.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I don't really know where else to go with this one other than wow, 6 is wrong. I
Yeah,
honestly,
no.
you ask me on a completely random day, I may give that Wolf
I
Banana
think
over this.
I would I think Give Wolf a Banana is a worse song. I would
Yes.
rather watch that right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's more entertaining. It's worse, but it's more entertaining because you
Yeah,
can watch
it's
that
like
one and just
good
go,
bad
"Look at
cheese.
this. What am I looking at?" But Breathe It, yeah, their voices are clashing. They are trying to hit notes that they clearly cannot.
Can't.
Like, I they're like, the instrumental is doing nothing. Their live performance is boring. Like, this this is one where I put this in the exact same camp as Boys Do Cry, where I'm like, I get what you're trying to do. You are just not achieving what you're going for in any level. Um, yeah, it getting sixth is a joke. Um, yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on to something that's actually better. Number 5. Now we are in the top 5, folks. These are kind of like the winners. In a sense, at least if you ask Google. So in Corporsano.
In corpore sano by Constracta.
Dang it! I was like
It's
that
hard
close.
because it's from Serbia, but the title is in Latin.
Um, this one I really liked. I really liked this one. This kind of reminded me of like a little bit of like that experimental like Lady Gaga and its pop. Um, uh, early on in this song, there it was a like a rest, like just a moment where like everything cuts out and then it just comes back in, and like that was such a good touch. Um, I it's kind of got this cold sound to it, but I kind of really like that for this. Um, the melody sticks in my head. She sounds really good on it. The instrumentation is tight. Um, yeah, I don't really have much more to say about this one other than I like it. Maybe not 5, but top 10, sure. Yeah. What about you? Uh-oh.
Hey, Bar, you know how I said we hadn't hit my 25 yet?
Oh shit. Okay.
We've hit it. I hate this song. I
Wow.
hate this song. It name drops Meghan Markle for no apparent reason.
Oh, I
Uh,
forgot about that.
she is talk singing for like the whole song. She is never actually singing really for the most part. Like, I think it's like cutaways from the performance to just a black screen that says, "What is the secret to a healthy body?" Like,
Yeah, I will say that
it's
the performance is
the live performance is uninteresting, distracting, and frankly just like is off-putting at times to watch. It's weird for the sake of being weird, but not even in a fun way like Subwoofer is doing. Um, yeah, I don't I don't understand how this got fifth. Well, here's the thing. I understand how this got fifth because again, Eurovision. I'm I don't like this is my least favorite performance from Eurovision this year. I will say, I think this song is better than Subwoofer's song,
Hmm.
but I again, I can watch Subwoofer and at least be like, "Hey, this is insane. Let's
Yeah,
laugh at how crazy it is."
it
I
belonged in that Eurovision movie.
Yes.
Like,
I
yeah,
can't like I when I went to rewatch these yesterday to prepare for doing this again, I like the moment it started, I want it to be over. The only moment it has going for it, and it's not even because of her, it's because of the audience, is when she starts clapping and the audience starts clapping with her. But like I don't credit her with that because she's not the one that did that. Um yeah, I hate this song. I don't like it.
wow. All right,
And
well, I guess we're
this did so well.
yeah.
Like this got 12 points from several countries' juries um
Wow,
and public votes. This was the top voted by the public for 5 countries and the top jury song from 2 countries.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, it wouldn't have been my first pick.
It wouldn't have been my
Like, I'll
12th
say
pick.
that, but let's move on to number 4. Hold Me Closer by Cornelia Jacobs from Sweden. Thank God, something that was easier for me to read. Um, it's a Swedish pop song. Like, how much can I hate a Swedish pop song? Um, I like the chorus. The chorus is really nice. I think that she sounds pretty good. Um, I think once again, it's one of those things that I think the structure of it really helps. But if there's one thing the Swedes know how to do, it's structure a pop song together. 4 is high for me, but I don't think that it's. I think that it's still good. And once again, folks, this is all off the top of my head. 13. I would give it 13, maybe. What about you, Cam?
This sits exactly at 13 on my ranking, funnily enough. Yeah, this song got fourth because it's a Swedish pop song and those never do bad at Eurovision. They are
Yeah,
the most baseline. Here is like what you can expect to see at Eurovision. Um, they haven't won in a while with those, but like they are consistently top 10 placing. Um, yeah, I don't think this song is anything like special. I think like I think the performance is not anything like to write home about. It is just her like singing on a stage in front of a green light. Her vocals are good. The song is good. Um, like I have nothing bad to say about this song. I also just don't have anything particularly like great to say about it. It is like this is the baseline. This is what you can expect from a Eurovision song.
yeah.
For better or
I think baseline is a good way to put it. Um, Once again, considering Sweden, this
Sweden
seems that
does very well all of the time.
yeah, and I say that's because of ABBA, and Max Martin, oddly enough. Uh,
Sweden, I
so
think, is
let's
like the
move in,
second most winning country in the history of Eurovision, if I'm not mistaken.
and I am not shocked at that at all. What's number 1?
I think it's Ireland, weirdly.
Huh. eh,
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, they didn't even make the top 25 this year.
No, they did not,
Um,
and they did not deserve to.
cool. I haven't listened to the Irish songs, so let's move on to one of the songs I did listen to from Spain. "Slow Mo" by I think it's Chanel.
Yeah.
Um, what are your thoughts on this one?
I I think it's fine. I don't love it. I'm not really a dance pop guy.
Mhm.
Um, but like it's one where I can see the appeal of the song. Like I can see why it did quite well. Uh, like it's one of only 4 songs to break 400 points this year. Um, it did shockingly well with juries. Like it was tied for the most like jury 12-point scores with another song which we actually have not gotten to yet. But like I think I respect the choreography and the staging more than I respect the song. I think like they are giving a concert, they are giving a performance more than probably any other act this year. Like they are putting on a show. Um, I don't particularly care for it. This is my 15. Like I like it. I
Mm,
don't love it. Um, Chanel basically shows her whole ass in that costume. Like they are just shaking their butts a lot in that choreography. To be fair, one of the lines in the chorus is like booty hypnotic. So like
yeah, yeah,
I don't
I
expect
remember that
anything
line.
else, but like this was the song. This was like if if Subwoofer is your this is the weird crazy song for the year. Hold Me Closer is your here is the bass line. Slow Mo is your there's got to be one that is overtly horny, and
Hmm.
that is what this is. They are taking the role of the Dan Stevens in the movie Eurovision, where his performance is just overtly incredibly horny.
uh, I'm going to be honest with you. I did not get around to watching this one, this performance. And I'm going to do that later. Take that as you will. I like this one. I actually really like this one a lot. It kind of hits that sweet spot of like dance pop that I do really like a lot, like 2010 to 2013. Kind of was like a good uh like year range for what I'm kind of talking about, the kind of stuff that I really like. And this does remind me of that. Three, I will admit, is also high. But you're right; they have to have a horny song in there. Um, I might see because when I compare, I'm trying to like think of all the other songs that we've talked about.
I
Like,
think the most direct comparison you can make to any song from this one is Yamame.
yeah, but even then, I like this a lot more than Yamame. So I like that one better. That one better. I'd probably slot this at maybe 12
That's
for
fair.
me personally.
This is another one where like, am I particularly excited about it finishing in the top three? No. Do I
Right.
get it? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's move on
Because
to number
Spain is
two.
another country that also traditionally does like quite well. Although they like don't win often.
Speaking of countries that don't win often, as you have brought up before, the UK, coming in second place with Spaceman by Sam Ryder. Looks like you have something to say.
So I will say the UK has won a decent amount. Like
Oh,
there have been about 60 to somewhere between 60 70 Eurovisions. The UK has won 5 times. That being said, since like the 21st century, UK the as stated in the movie Eurovision, the rest of Europe hates the United Kingdom, and they will do what they can. Like the last time the UK won was they won in 1997 for "Love Shine a Light" by Katrina and the Waves.
Katrina and the Waves. Okay, I'm gonna have to listen to that one later because I love Katrina and the Waves.
Katrina and the Waves, Sandy Shaw, and Lulu are all artists that won Eurovision for UK.
Lulu.
Yeah, Celine Dion won
Interesting.
Eurovision
Well, yeah, but that's
or
because she's
Switzerland.
or Switzerland. Yeah, that's weird actually. No,
Yeah,
yeah.
no, it's but
But what do you think about this one?
I really like this. I really like this song. I really like this
Yeah.
performance. Um, yeah, people were saying like if Sam Ryder can get the UK to a top five finish in Eurovision, he deserves a knighthood. Like because UK again in 2021, UK got no points. They finished with zero.
Yeah, but they love
with
being part of Europe, right? They love being part of
yeah,
the European
they love
Union.
it. But no, I think this song is great. I think Sam Ryder's voice is fantastic. It has just like a great tone to it. I think the staging and his costume is wild, and I love it. He is just like he is there having a lot of fun and just enjoying being there, and the fact that like they're not booing him off the stage for being from the United Kingdom. Um, but I really enjoy this performance. I really like the song. Second place, it's not my this is my 5.
Yeah,
I
that's fair.
will not complain about this getting second because I'll be honest, when I was watching live and seeing the scores come in, I was like, what is happening? What in the world? I'm like, UK, because at the end of the jury phase, if I'm not mistaken, UK was in first, which
Yep,
was insane to see. It
yep.
made no sense because you would never expect to see the UK in first. And they were holding first for a very long time until the public vote for number one came in, which was overwhelming, but we'll get there. Um,
Yeah,
but also seeing footage, like Sam Ryder was just like a super nice guy to all of the other contestants. Like when Switzerland deservedly got no points from the public vote, he went over and was like consoling the dude from Switzerland and was like, "Hey, like it's okay, you're good." Just like having a blast, enjoying being here. Um yeah, I'm a big fan of the song. I'm a big fan of this performance.
yeah. This is a song that I feel like shouldn't hit me the way that it does, because like it's definitely got willowy, tenory, singer songwriter kind of vibes to it. But there's one thing that makes this song work really well in my eyes
Guitar
or my
solo.
ears. Well, yeah, okay, two things. I'm sorry. My apologies. Two things. Um, number one, guitar solo. Number two, Sam Ryder. Um, this dude just delivers just like an incredible vocal performance when it comes to like literally everything I've talked about, just like tone, control, power, um, emotional resonance. Um, like this dude, I didn't know who Sam Ryder was before this. I'm gonna be honest with you, but
And that's
now,
fair. He's mostly like known for being a TikTok guy. If
oh, he's better than that though. Um, yeah, no, I'm gonna have to check out more of his stuff because while he does have some of the sounds that I generally don't click with, his performance is stunning. I love this song. And lyrically, it's actually really clever. And once again, it kind of does what like Snap does, where it's like kind of playful with some of its lyricism, but it's still grounded and like emotional enough to its core that you resonate with it. Like it's
well, I was gonna
really,
say
really
the
good.
songwriter of it, like is one of the people who writes with Ed Sheeran. Like
Makes complete
his
sense.
co-writer, I'm finding her name is Amy Wadge, and she won the Grammy for Song of the Year for writing "Thinking Out Loud" by Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, and that makes complete sense. Um, keep it up, Amy. Good
Yeah,
job. And same with you,
she wrote
Stu.
the A Team. She wrote Nancy Mulligan. Uh, like she writes for a decent number of like well-known artists.
Okay, so you saying the A Team really, really clicks here because that crumbling like pastries line really does remind me of a lot of the kind of lyricism in this song. So yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Well, like the Ed Sheeran EP songs I wrote with Amy, that's the Amy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Good to know because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know that, and I'm glad I do now. Let's talk about our winner this year, though. Uh, oh my god, I was about to
Stephanie
stumble over that. Yeah, I was about to stumble over that so bad before I caught myself. I was about to say something completely wrong. By Kalush Orchestra from the Ukraine. Um, so this song I really like. Probably not top 10. If it did make the top 10, it would be at number 10. For me personally, um, I like the instrumentation a lot. I think the instrumentation is the strongest part of the song, even though the lead vocalist is really good. Um, it's not once again, it's not my winner this year, but I think we both understand how
Wow.
it got here.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on this song?
Yeah, like I knew going into the finals, like this was gonna win.
Hmm.
Like everywhere, if you were looking at the odds, if you were looking at predictions, overwhelming, this was the favorite for obvious reasons. That being said, I do still really like the song.
Yeah.
Um, I will say, uh, caveat to what I'm saying. I don't love the studio version of this. The studio version of the recording, I didn't care for. I think it was actually like in my bottom 5 from the
Hmm.
studio version. Like I didn't particularly care for it.
Hmm.
Um, the live performance though makes my top 10. It's at my 6. I think they have a lot of energy. I think they're carrying a lot of emotion with their performance. Um, their rapper, whose name is Ole, uh, his hat is freaking incredible. If you've seen the live performance, he's wearing like a pink bucket hat that you cannot see his eyes while he's wearing it. Um, like, dude is just wild. Um, the beat on this I think is really cool, and the way they like incorporate the beat and the rapping with the use of like the traditional Ukrainian instruments is really well done. Yeah, the chorus is beautiful, especially when you like look up what they're saying in the song. Um,
Which, to be fair, I did not get around to yet.
that's fair. Basically, it's like calling out to like their mother, and
Hmm.
like thanking their mother for the help and support, and like wishing they could go back to that time, which especially with how things are going right now is like a very resonant, very
Yeah.
emotional thing. Um, and then yeah, like um the way they end the rap verses before going into the chorus where they have just like the like oh a oh a oh a oh. uh I'm butchering what it actually sounds like right now, but like it's like, and they've said this, it's meant to be reminiscent of like a lullaby to like bring you out of sort of the craziness. And I think
Hmm.
like knowing that it fully works as what it is. um yeah, like there is a reason they won. I
Yeah.
do not think this is a bad winner by any means.
No.
I
It
am
could have been much worse.
It could have been much worse. I am very okay with this win. I fully support it. And this was one again, end of the jury phase, they were doing decent, not great. But I remember
Hmm.
even like messaging people and being like, end of the jury
Yeah.
phase, they are underperforming
Yeah.
because they
I
were
remember
sitting,
getting a message.
yeah, because they were sitting in like 5th or 6th, I believe. And then they're rolling out the votes uh for the televoting, and they show up and they get the maximum possible points you can get from the public vote is like, I think it's 468 is the maximum number of points you can get from the public vote.
Okay.
They got 439. They
Nice.
got they got number 1 from the public vote from, I'm pulling it up right now because I have it on my other tab. They got 12 points from 28 of the 39 countries that could give them 12 points because they can't vote for themselves. And
Right.
like I don't care how you feel about the song. I don't care about any of that. Like, it is a beautiful song, and I
Hmm.
think it was a beautiful and incredible moment to
Yeah.
see watching it live. Like, even it happens and they go in order of they go for so it's like they announce all the juries and then who's in last place after the juries. We announce their score first and then going on and going on. And when their score is announced, it's announced and they're all losing it. And then you even see Sam Ryder, who was leading at that point, rushes over and is like, yes, you guys did. He knows he can't win at this point, but he's just
Hmm.
so happy for them. And I think, like, yeah, I think it's a beautiful, beautiful way to cap off this year's Eurovision. I will not complain about it at all.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a powerful moment to watch. Um, but with that, we've hit all 25 of the songs. Just real quick because I know Cam has to go soon. Um, what's the best song out of all of them?
Out of the 25 we talked about today, and out of all 40 that were in Eurovision this year, Snap is the best song. Snap
Okay.
is the one that to me easily is my favorite of them. That being said, Fade to Black, River, Spaceman, Mayo Hakandi Soul, all of them highly worth your time.
You
Shout
literally
out
brought
to
up all the ones that were in like my top four.
Yeah. Shout out to some songs that did not make the final that I really liked. Croatia had a song called Guilty Pleasure, which I really liked. It was in my top three from all 40 based on the studio versions. Uh, oh, what country was it? What country was it? Uh, Malta had a really fun upbeat pop anthem called I Am What I Am. I really liked it. Uh, did not qualify for the finals. Um, There's a song from Latvia which I don't like, but it went viral on the internet for its opening line. The song is called Eat Your Salad. You can look it up yourself.
Oh, I've heard of this.
Yes. Um, Also, Halo from Austria was a really good song that just unfortunately had a very lackluster live performance, and I get why it
Mm.
didn't qualify, but if we're going off of the studio versions, that's another one that I think should have made it. But yeah, listen to "Snap" by Rosalind. Listen to I was supposed to say listen to "I Am What I Am," but that we didn't talk about today. Listen to "Spaceman." Uh, Watch the live performance of Trinolatul. If I can get you to do anything, it's not listen to "Snap." It is watch the live performance of Trinolatul.
Let me put that up just real quick for people
Yeah.
to remember how to spell
If
that.
you just search up Eurovision on YouTube, all of the performances are individually uploaded on their official YouTube channel. You also we didn't really talk about the full show as a whole. One of the hosts this year was Mika, the guy who sings Grace Kelly.
For
Dude
those who don't
was
remember, I could be brown, I could be
yeah,
blue, I could be
that song.
fire.
Dude was kind of a terrible host in the best way possible.
Not
He called
surprised.
so many countries by the wrong name.
Yeet.
He said a lot of weird things. He made obscene hand gestures that had to be censored. Dude was probably high on something. And then he did a 7-minute long medley performance of his own songs as one of the acts while they were calculating the scores. And it's just a bonkers.
Yeah, that sounds right for Mika. Real quick, my pick is River. Um, just like the sound and the
Again,
the
listen
structure
to
of
it.
it.
Don't watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it. 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 Um, if you're gonna watch one, I probably would agree with Cam. Either that or
It is
Spaceman.
the
To be
one
honest
that
with you.
benefits the most from the live performance over the studio version.
Yep.
It's not close. It's not close how much the improvement is.
Um, and real quick, worst song.
So my least favorite is In Corpore Sano.
Okay.
I think objectively the worst is Give That Wolf a Banana. But the one that pisses me off the most is Boys Do Cry. Truly.
Uh,
All three
I-
terrible in completely different ways from each other. But yeah, if I have to pick one, it's In Corpore Sano. If you like weird mentions of Meghan Markle that you don't understand the context of because the entire song is in Serbian and Latin,
yeah.
then this is the song for you. If you don't, congratulations, you're a sensible human being.
I don't 100% agree with that. Even though I did completely forget about that Meghan Markle line, which
It's the opening line of the song, Block.
yeah, I know it is, but still, like, I that's not the part I think of when I think of the song. I think my answer is obvious. Yeah. Uh, but with that, thank you, Cam, so much for coming on. This is my first time really starting to dive into Eurovision, so it was good to have an expert in the field compared to me at least.
Yes.
Um,
Let's do one of these every
so
couple months. We'll pick a different year. We'll go through it.
who knows? And we also might be
We
doing
can talk
something
about
else.
2020, the Eurovision that wasn't.
Daddy Frere, baby. But with that, for Cameron Holtzman and